You probably judge people by the cars they drive. Guess what? The car you see in a driveway tells you almost nothing about someone's net worth. In this video, we're breaking down Chapter 4 of the Millionaire Next Door, why automobiles are terrible signals of real wealth, the 4 types of car buyers millionaires fall into, and the surprising way that buying or not buying a car changes a family's ability to build riches. Buckle up, not literally. In this video you'll get the real stats on what millionaires drive, the 4 buyer types, and which one consistently wins at wealth building, why bargain hunting can outperform luxury knowledge, and practical rules you can use when you next think about buying a vehicle. I'll also give you 3 concrete actions you can do in this video to stop cars from draining your future wealth. Let's be blunt. Cars are consumption, they depreciate, cost money to maintain, and often serve as status signals. The book shows that many people who look rich because of cars, watches and clothes actually have little investable wealth. Meanwhile, many of the truly wealthy drive ordinary American-made vehicles and keep the cash working for them instead. Why? Because the money you spend on status goods is money you can't invest. Over decades, that choice compounds into dramatically different net worths. Data. First. The authors surveyed thousands of affluent households and found some surprising facts. About 81% of millionaires purchase their vehicles rather than lease them, and only about 23.5% own a current year model. Nearly 37% of the millionaires said their most recent vehicle was used. The typical millionaire paid roughly $24,800 for their most recent vehicle. 30% paid $19,500 or less. In short, most millionaires do not show off in the new car lane. These numbers smash the stereotype that millionaires are always in brand new luxury imports. In fact, 2 out of 3 buyers of luxury foreign cars are not millionaires. From the survey, the authors distilled 4 distinct buyer types among millionaires. Knowing which type you resemble is a huge shortcut to seeing whether car behavior helps or hurts wealth accumulation. New vehicle-prone dealer loyalists, 28.6%, buy new and tend to stick with the same dealer. New vehicle-prone dealer shoppers, 34.8%, buy new but aggressively shop around. Used vehicle-prone dealer loyalists, 17.1%, buy used but stick with a dealer they trust. Used vehicle-prone shoppers, 19.5%, shop used, hunt bargains, and don't stick to one dealer. Which group fares best? The used vehicle-prone shoppers, the bargain hunters, come out on top for wealth accumulation. They have the highest ratio of net worth to income and the strongest frugality scores. In other words, shopping smart for cars often correlates with shopping smart for life. Here's the counterintuitive truth the book reveals. Used vehicle-prone shoppers often earn less than purchasers in other groups but have far more wealth per dollar of income. For every dollar they earn, used vehicle-prone shoppers average $17.20 of net worth. Far higher than other groups. Why? Because they're frugal across categories. They budget, keep records of spending, buy clothes on sale, prefer outlets and discount stores, and they funnel the saved dollars into investments and pensions. Crucially, this is not just about cars. Cars are a visible symptom of deeper habits, planning, record-keeping, price sensitivity, and an orientation toward long-term investing. The authors give a vivid contrast. Meet Dr. South and Dr. North, pseudonyms. Dr. South spends large sums on cars and clothes and invests enormous time hunting the best dealer price, sometimes months. He knows dealers' costs and bargains aggressively for luxury cars. But all the time and energy is spent on consumption, not investing or planning financial futures. Dr. North, by contrast, uses his spare time to plan investments and manage finances. The result? Dr. North often ends up wealthier even if incomes are similar. The book points out a simple economic truth. Time and energy are finite. Spending them on sourcing the perfect luxury car is still spending them. The wealthy who become millionaires tend to spend their scarce, hours on compounding tasks, not on perfecting a purchase. Not all buying loyalty is bad. Some millionaire dealer loyalists maintain relationships that yield favorable service or business reciprocity. For example, a CPA who regularly refers clients to a dealer may receive perks and convenience that justify trading a bit of price shopping for time. But many who claim loyalty are simply prioritizing convenience or status, which can be expensive. The key is understanding the trade-off. Is dealer loyalty buying you productive value, or is it buying credit in a social ledger? One memorable metric the authors use is price per pound. Some millionaires quip they buy cars by the pound, preferring full-size domestic vehicles because they offer utility at a lower price per pound than some imported luxury sedans. The math is funny, but the message is serious. Evaluate purchases by objective value, not by prestige. That's how entrepreneurs think: what contributes to productivity and what just signals status. Should you lease? The book's data is clear. Most millionaires purchase their vehicles, roughly 81% buy rather than lease. The authors recommend purchase over lease for wealth-building households, and they promise to reconsider if leasing ever becomes the majority behavior among millionaires. For now, buying usually makes more financial sense for people aiming to build wealth. Leasing often mixes convenience with a higher lifetime cost, unless you have very specific needs. One case study. Mr. JS, a CPA, is a new vehicle-prone dealer loyalist. He uses dealer relationships to leverage client referrals, creating reciprocal business advantages. That strategy works for him because it's tied to business value. His car purchases are embedded in a network that brings revenue. The lesson: if a purchase serves a business function that increases earnings or saves time meaningfully, it may be justifiable. But if the primary function is to signal status, it's a cost to future wealth. The book includes anecdotes of wealthy people refusing lavish gifts, like a Rolls-Royce, because the car would force them to change their lives and their identity. One man refused a luxury vehicle because it would alienate his workers, restrict how he enjoys hobbies, like fishing, and create uncomfortable new expectations. That's revealing. For many millionaires, owning conspicuous assets would be more of a burden than a benefit. Okay, here are rules distilled from Chapter 4 that you can put into practice in this video. Ask the productivity question. Will this vehicle help produce income or save meaningful time? If not, treat it as consumption. Use median cost awareness. The typical self-made millionaire paid about $24,800 for their most recent vehicle. Use that median as a sanity check on extravagant spending. Favor purchase, not lease, unless you have a clear numbers-based reason to lease. Shop the used market. Buying used or trading down can free up money for investments. The used vehicle shoppers in the study converted these savings into real wealth. Estimate lifetime cost. Consider depreciation, insurance, maintenance, and the opportunity cost. What that money could earn if invested. Pause a planned car purchase for 48 hours. If you were about to buy or upgrade, wait 2 days and run the numbers. Purchase price plus insurance, plus upkeep for 5 years versus investing the difference. Run a quick opportunity cost calc. Enter the price difference between the car you want and a reliable used alternative into a compound interest calculator at a conservative 6.7% annual return. See how much that difference becomes in 10 to 20 years. Adopt one used car habit. Next time you replace a vehicle, commit to shopping the used market for at least one viable model and price point. Even one decision can free thousands to invest. Appearance is a weak indicator of wealth. Many millionaires look ordinary and avoid status signals. Used vehicle shoppers win. The frugal shoppers who prioritize value over prestige have higher net worth per income dollar. Time and energy spent on consumption planning is still consumption. Use your scarce hours to plan and invest, not perfect a luxury purchase. Buy when it makes sense. Don't buy to be seen. If a vehicle isn't adding productivity or materially improving life, keep the money working for you. Tell me, when you think about your next car, will you choose convenience, status, or investment? Type your answer below and share $1 amount you'd reallocate to investments if you chose a cheaper option. I'll read some in the next video. Chapter 4 punches a hole in the idea that visible consumption equals real wealth. Every car choice is a trade-off between now and later, and millionaires more often than not pick later. If this changed how you look at purchases, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who's shopping for their next car. Next time we'll examine how professions and occupations shape the ability to accumulate wealth. See you in the next one.